Once the surprise of the magic wore off, the robot girl turned on the doctor, her yellow eye flashing red with anger for scaring the moth. Dr. HB slowly got up with Kabbu's help and immediately began tapping on the bubble shield. She found it fascinating, an involuntary self-defense mechanism. Miss-K warned HB to back off or she would blow up what was left of her fingers. The doctor retreated, and the shield fell as Leif sat down. Miss-K checked on him, while Dr. HB just made a dismissive "yeah right" sound. Kabbu lectured them about sorcerers, prompting Miss-K to ask if Leif was a bad guy. She even excitedly asked if he was a villain so she could join him. Leif denied being a villain, and Miss-K noticed he wasn't even flinching at her weapons. As the team moved on, they encountered a zombieant. Leif struggled to figure out his powers while Dr. HB hid behind a rock to examine an ancient roach tablet. The bubble shield popped up again, but only around Leif. He had to stand in a stiff T-pose to keep the magic steady. Miss-K started snickering, finding the T-pose hilarious even in the middle of a fight. "You look like a wooden statue, moth," she chirped. Leif ignored her, realizing he could be a support bug too. "Stay away from the doctor's shiny glasses." Dr. HB looked at the monster and whispered panic, while Miss-K remembered a scary folk tale Assistant Crow used to tell. While taking a break, the girls talked in technical jargon. Leif mentioned he thought there were only two languages, Bugnish and English. Dr. HB corrected him, noting many more, including dead languages. Miss-K went to offer food but remembered Dr. HB had thrown it all away to the Anichas in Chapter 2. The doctor pretended not to know what she was talking about. Kabbu asked about Miss-K's name, and Miss-K blurted out that her real name was K.I.L.L.E.R. The doctor snapped in a harsh whisper, terrified of a panic, but Leif just looked at the robot calmly. "We do not find such a title intimidating, small machine," he stated, making Dr. HB even more annoyed. During a puzzle, Dr. HB approached Leif and asked if the bubble shield could float. Before anyone could stop her, she shoved the gasping moth off the ledge. Leif grabbed her arm, pulling her down too. The K-names screamed and ran to the edge, but they saw them land on a solid ice block. Leif shoved the unconscious doctor off and sat up. Miss-K whirred in surprise as Kabbu did a panic dance, asking if Leif knew he had ice powers. The moth was shocked, but it explained why his body was always so cold. Dr. HB woke up on the ice, shivering violently. Her old joints were freezing, and she began to feel a heavy sleepiness. Suddenly, rule number 3 of her medical curse screamed in her mind. A doctor must be the last to fall. She realized if she fell asleep now, she would be the first to fall, breaking her sacred code. She tried to move but could only curl into a ball. Miss-K flew down, her eye a desperate blue, begging her to stay awake. Leif offered to carry her, but the ice began to crack. Suddenly, a vine rope fell from above as Kabbu prepared to pull them up to safety.